Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Rebecca Gabrielle here. I just wanted to send you a Christmas message and to say hello and to send my love and best wishes to you all. Um, Instead of starting out with a card reading today, I just wanted to say hi and to see how all of you are, how you're travelling. It's, gosh, we've finally come to the end of the year and it's been a really big year for so many people. Pretty much everybody I know has had a pretty intense year, but here we are in December, and rather than recount the challenges we may have experienced or the events of the year, I think it's really lovely to be able to be mindful of the fact that we're at a time and place where there's a lot of focus on family and friendships and the gratitude that we have for the special people in our life. It's not always a happy time. It's always it's promoted as being a very happy time where everybody's supposed to be enjoying all of these catch-ups with family, extended family and friends, but often it's a very stressful time for people, for a whole host of reasons. Families that come together that haven't seen each other for a while. There's the different dynamics that play out, and perhaps relationships haven't been as ideal as people have liked them to be, and it can cause pressures. And then we've got the expectations that we place on ourselves with all of the Christmas shopping and the finishing up at work with the pressures of having to get things finished before we step away for our holiday break. And in Australia, we experience a summer Christmas, and so for us, it's very much emphasis on being outdoors. Often Australians travel to their holiday destination for several hours, and we have our big break for the year at this time. So there's a lot of pressure to get everything wrapped up, literally, both work, home, presents, preparation of foods for the Christmas gatherings, and all of the different rituals that we all seem to love, and some of us don't love so much, but it is a big time. In any case, there is always a way for us to go through this peacefully, and I want to just encourage everybody to, if you're feeling the pressure of what's going on around you this Christmas, to take some time to pause and step away from the fray if need be, take a deep breath, go walk outside, maybe if you're close to nature, bush, the beach, somewhere that's going to help you just to gather yourself and reconnect, that I encourage you to do that. It's never worth getting yourself stressed or being in a situation where you say things you don't mean to people because of the pressure. Obviously at this time of year we're wanting to show our love and appreciation for each other, and if we are not lucky enough to have family close by, it's such an opportunity for all of us to be able to extend a loving hand or gesture or invitation to someone that we know is spending their Christmas Eve or their Christmas Day on their own. So, sometimes this time of the year can affect, young people, people who have lost their partner, or they may not be in a relationship when they were previously. The elderly sometimes are on their own. And others have got family who are overseas, so there are plenty of people who are experiencing Christmas on their own, knowing that their family are gathered together overseas. A whole heap of different circumstances. And I think it's a really good opportunity for us to be aware of that and to be mindful that, now is the time for us to reach out and be there for each other. I have been working in the city recently, and it greatly saddens me when I see young people sleeping on the street who are the same age as my children, and my heart goes out to them. Just wonder what circumstances brought them to be on the street without a home and without people around them who care about them. So yeah, it is a time for us to be hospitable and to step out of our comfort zone, perhaps to make a phone call to someone that we know is on their own, invite someone over for dinner, afternoon tea, whatever it is that you're doing. Just remember those who don't have the opportunity to be with others. At this time of year, we're much more aware of it. So, regardless of what your focus is at this time of year, be it religious or not, certainly we are reminded about the gift of love for each other, as well as for ourselves, and the importance of self-care. Now, if we've had a year that's been particularly challenging, self-care may have gone out the window. And if that's the case, why not finish the year and start the new year with a new commitment to yourself to love and care for who you are? And that may be simply accepting all that you are as a human being, your flaws and all, your quirks, everything about you, without a sense that you need to be perfect or have everything together, but really come to appreciate and value who you are. Every single person has unique value and something special about them, and this is a really wonderful time to be able to go within and really reflect upon the person that you are and what you have to feel really grateful for in your life. So I really encourage you to take some time out to do that. Some of us have spent years out of habit in giving our time and energy to other people, which in itself, of course, is a wonderful thing to do. But when it becomes at the expense of ourselves, where we give away ourselves to other people in a way that drains who we are or doesn't value who we are, it can be easy to compromise what's important to us and to let go of our health and our well-being, or perhaps get caught up in things that are not true to who we are. So this is a really lovely time to reflect on who we have been this year and who do we want to be in the year to come. What things would we like to change about our habits, about the way we think about our life, the way we think about ourselves? Have we been on track? Have we been on track this year? Have we been focused on our life purpose? Do we even know what our life purpose is? Quite often people don't really understand what their life purpose is. They haven't really stopped to think about it. And I like to talk about it in terms of what lights you up and what is it that you absolutely love doing that you can get lost in because you are using your gifts and your talents to immerse yourself in something that just puts you into flow. And quite often when we connect with that sense of flow for ourselves, we are giving back what we are gifted to do in this world, and it's usually connected with our purpose in this life, and also our soul purpose in terms of our growth, our spiritual growth. And so have you stopped to think about what that is for you? And if you haven't, here's an opportunity for you to do that. I was reading a book today when I was down at the beach, which is my place where I love to chill out. And I don't know how you say this Japanese word. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there. Ikigai. And, it's the place that we experience great happiness and flow within ourselves, where we are immersed in activities or activity and a way of life that produces immense happiness within. And, it incorporates all aspects of our life, particularly the way we think about things, our approach to life, our sense of peace within, our acceptance of ourselves, our ability to immerse ourselves in what we love to do and be in flow. To also be really connected to our sense of health and well-being, and doing what it takes to live a long and happy life. And so when we are connected with our ikigai, that's when we are connected with our soul purpose and with our life purpose. So if this is something you haven't thought about before in your life, I encourage you to take some time to do that. To perhaps write down 3 things that you know that you can get completely lost in, because you know that you're in flow when you're doing that activity. And chances are that when you are in flow and you're doing those things, that's when you are following your life purpose. It's something that you're very passionate about. And when we're passionate about something, there lies the secret or the key to the gift that we've all been given. We all have something special that we have to offer the world, something that's unique and special to us. And it's when we use that gift to contribute to the rest of the world that we become the best we can be. We make a difference to other people's lives as well as to ourselves. So I just think that's a great way to end the year, and a lovely way to be able to start your focus for the new year coming is to make a commitment to yourself to really tap into who that real person is for you. And if you've kind of neglected yourself for a while, and quite likely if you have, it's been a long while, why not recommit to you? Why not use this time to ask yourself what's important to you? Are you making choices in your life that are matched with your values and what you love to do? Or are you just on a treadmill of doing the do, doing the routine, following other people's agendas, just because that's what you've always done? Gosh, we get only a certain amount of time in this life. And isn't it just so important that we experience life to the full and we give ourselves the opportunity to be happy and to really fulfill why we're here? I think this past year, due to some really big moments that I've experienced, it's really helped me to appreciate who I am and what's important to me and where I draw the line on things in my life. And so I'm really taking the opportunity to approach 2019 with a lot of focus and a real desire to not waste any of my life, not waste my time, not waste my days doing things that are superfluous, doing things that are not matched with my values, or engaged in activities that don't bring me happiness or a sense of fulfillment. And that's not to say that we don't have to do, the mundane things of life. We all need to do that. But I will be more focused on asking myself, is what I'm doing leading me towards my purpose? Is it giving me a sense of fulfillment and happiness? What difference am I making to myself and others in this world with what I'm doing? So 2019 is definitely going to be a year where I choose to not just get caught up in the treadmill of life, but really use my time thoughtfully. Part of that is really looking at how I'm going to use my time to be the best I can be in all areas of my life. You know, and like all of us, there'll be parts of our life that we feel that we're on track, and you know, we don't need to put any more effort, and then there's going to be other parts of our life that we go, wow, I really kind of let myself go here or there, and I really would like to give more attention to that part of my life. So I'm really, for me personally, during this time where I get to have a little bit of time with me, I'm going to sort of journal, reflect, and plan how I'd like my year to unfold. And I hope you will take that opportunity to do the same. And I believe it, you know, we need to give it some, you know, due attention rather than flippantly say, oh, I'm just going to write out New Year's resolutions, because that's not what I'm talking about. You know, if you really value who you are as a person and your happiness, give yourself that quiet time to ask yourself those deeper questions. Are you living the life that you want to live? Are you being the person that you really want to be? Do you have the relationships in your life that are meaningful to you? You know, are you fulfilling a career or contributing to society, or are you doing things in your days, weeks and months that make you feel good? And if not, why? Why are you not devoting the very best of yourself to what you love doing? And our lives are not perfect. We're not aiming for perfection here. And some of us have, you know, restrictions in our life that perhaps limit how we may like to do things. But it's an opportunity to, and if we are greatly restricted in some areas of our life, perhaps that's an opportunity to stretch the imagination to see how else you might be able to add value to your life or someone else's life, even if it is different to what you may have wanted or to what you may have done in the past. Well, here we are. I have a quiet Christmas Eve. I've enjoyed some time with my family yesterday, and we will have some more celebrations tomorrow. I will be travelling to spend time with my parents and children tomorrow. So tonight is a nice quiet evening, which is why I decided that it would be a lovely time to sit down, have a cup of tea with you and send you this Christmas message. I am sending you lots of love and light. As a result of my year, my commitment to myself for 2019 is to do more of what I love, and that is to use my spiritual gifts for the benefit of others. And if you don't already know, I am a psychic and card reader, and I love to be able to give people readings to assist them with getting clarity in their life. You know, we all, as human beings, have questions, and we have moments of confusion in our life where we're not too sure if we're on the right path. You know, we have questions about different aspects of our life, and sometimes we can find it a little easier to receive some guidance around that. So I connect with God, the angels, my spirit guides, to deliver messages that help you better understand what's going on in your life and the choices that are available to you. So if ever you're in a situation where you are feeling like you're needing extra clarity around how you're travelling, what's coming up for you, then I encourage you to contact me. I absolutely love doing what I do, and people find it very, very helpful. You know, we've all got free will, free choice. We've all got amazing resources within us, but there's sometimes we just struggle to clear the fog in our brain, clear the fog in our thoughts, and get past our own limiting beliefs. And, you know, sometimes we can just find it a little bit more challenging to hear the guidance that we're receiving. So if that is you, and you would like some clarity around what's happening in your life, please contact me. So my details are on my website, which is livingwithspice.com.au. I do regular posts on Instagram, same name, Living with Spice, and I'm aiming to do weekly card readings on YouTube. I have a Facebook page, so in all of those places you'll be able to find my contact details. I also offer soul coaching, or life coaching with a spiritual edge to it. I'm a qualified life coach and counsellor. I also do, Reiki healing and relaxation massages for people, and of course my card readings. I often find that in card readings, things will come up, issues will come up for people who, which will highlight aspects of someone's life that they're a little bit stuck. And so the card reading is helpful to bring that up, but then there's a situation where some coaching on a regular basis for short, long term, whatever it is, and whatever's required. And certainly I provide those services as well. One-on-one coaching that is specific to your needs. So if you feel that there's an area of your life that you're stuck and you don't know how to move forward, then that's what coaching is about. It's not so much about digging up the past and, reanalyzing what's gone on, although sometimes, it's helpful to understand where we've come from. But, with coaching, we're looking at where you're stuck today and to get clarity around that and to understand how to move forward, how to break through things that are holding you back, break through those, mental strategies that we have that tend to hold us back, the limiting beliefs that we have, the areas of stuckness in our head, and sometimes a conversation with someone else can help bring that out. So I offer coaching sessions to people. So if this is something that you feel like you could benefit from, I encourage you to do it. To be honest, I wish everybody in life would devote that time and attention to their health and well-being. Our mental and emotional health is really, really important. And too often we pretend that we've got our stuff together. The rest of the world, we put on a brave face and say, no, I'm fine, I can get it all sorted myself. But to be honest, we all need that extra bit of help, that extra clarity, and especially if we can go to someone that we know and trust, who's not necessarily a part of our everyday life. There's a lot of value that you can find from coaching. And, as I said, I wish everybody would have a go at doing that on a regular basis, really. Clean out those cobwebs and really understand how you're thinking about things and where you're holding yourself back. Because we've all got the ability to have a great life. It's just that sometimes we get a little bit caught up in our head. So anyway, just something to think about. If things are troubling you and you can't seem to get through it and get clarity around it, contact me, and we will have some. I can sit with you and we can determine what it is that you feel that you're after, and go from there. And all of our sessions, of course, are completely confidential. So lovely people, here we are, Christmas Eve. I hope you have a lovely, lovely Christmas time, whether you are with family, with friends, or whether you're having a quiet evening at home. Do something to nurture you, to enjoy your evening and enjoy your Christmas day, and just relax, be at peace with yourself, and find something that's special to you where you can enjoy and relax in your evening. So lots of love to you. I wish you well. I wish you good health, peace of mind, and a wonderful 2019. Stay tuned. I'm going to be posting a Christmas card reading for this Christmas week. It'll be a general reading, so hopefully it will be of help to you in highlighting what's coming up in terms of energies for this week, and some tips and guides to get through that. All right, lots of love, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye for now.